guys, Schmidt here. Welcome back to another video, and today I thought it would be cool to take a look at the graphics comparisons between the original Xbox and the Xbox One X. And this is going to be focusing primarily on Black Ops 4 since that's the majority of the content that I do on this channel. So with that, I thought it'd be cool to take a look at Black Ops 4 specifically and look at the graphics on the first model of this console generation and see how they stack up with the newer consoles, the Xbox One X, kind of the PS4 Pro as well, although I haven't had any experiences on it. But they're similar in their ways in which the first models of the consoles, the original Xbox, the original PlayStation 4, just aren't as good graphically. And take a look at these consoles now that they have upped graphics, upped stability. Both of those consoles can reach up to 4K. Of course, Xbox One X is the only one that does it natively. And I do want to throw out one disclaimer in this video. This gameplay that you guys are going to be seeing isn't going to be 4K gameplay. So I recently purchased an Xbox One X not too long ago. I got a super good deal at GameStop with trading in some old stuff, including my first generation Xbox, as well as my PlayStation 4. I just didn't use it enough, and for the deal that it helped me get with the Xbox One X, I just could not turn it down. And the thing is I don't have a 4K monitor that I play on. I just play on a 1080p monitor. And so going into that, I didn't know if it would make that much of a difference. Obviously, I was looking to maybe upgrade my monitor in the future, but I didn't know how much of a difference it really would make on a 1080p monitor. But even only on 1080p, it did not take me very long to realize the difference between the first models of this console being the original Xbox One and even the Xbox One S. And so in this video, I'm going to be going through both multiplayer and blackout. No zombies in this video, unfortunately, so if you're looking for that, I apologize. I will not be showing zombies in this video. I just don't have any like previous footage of that or anything to compare it to. I mean, I could show you what it looks like on the Xbox One X, but there wouldn't be really anything to give comparison for. And these aren't going to be like deep, in-depth tests. I'm just going to show you guys side by side what these look like. And I'm not even like a super techie person when it comes to the best insane graphics ever. That's not really something that I'm that huge into, but it just blew my mind how massive of a difference the Xbox One X made, and so I thought I would share it with you guys in this video. What you guys are seeing right now on screen is some standard Call of Duty Black Ops 4 gameplay on my first generation Xbox. I'm sure it looks fine, maybe nothing that's too big of a deal or anything that stands out massively, but once I flip the gameplay, you guys should be able to notice some differences. Now I'm going to throw something else out here that maybe on YouTube you guys may not notice the differences as much. You should definitely be able to tell some differences, but maybe they won't look insanely appealing to the eye. But let me tell you, the difference between these two is mind-blowing, and I almost feel robbed that I played Black Ops 4 on an early model console for the first little bit, because now this game actually looks like a next-gen game thanks to the upgrade of the console. And I want to run a few side-by-side things, mainly the characters. That was one of the first things I noticed in this game, was the character difference. When I first took a look at the characters on the Xbox One X, I immediately noticed that they weren't blurry anymore. They didn't have like a fuzzy look to them, and the colors just popped a whole lot more. Even just in the main menu, my character standing there just made it look like a massive upgrade. It felt like I was upgrading generation of consoles, not just a model of a console. It was like Xbox 360 to Xbox One type upgrade that we're talking here. Like, it just blew my mind. And again, this is only 1080p. You guys can just let me know down below the differences that you guys see. I mean, they're pretty nuts. I mean, it's the same game. It doesn't necessarily play all that different. The two big things that I noticed is that the graphics are a lot clearer, the camos are a lot clearer, and they're brighter as far as their colors. And there is a lot less frame drops. So if you guys are experiencing frame drops playing on your consoles and you have maybe an older model console, and maybe you have some money lying around, you may want to look into upgrading consoles. Now, I'm not going to tell anybody how to spend their money, and if you don't have the money, I mean, obviously do not just go out and force the issue here, but I mean, if you're thinking about upgrading and you just don't know how much of a difference it's going to make, especially if you don't have a 4K screen, I mean, in my eyes, like, it's totally worth it, especially if you can get a good deal on it. Now, the thing about the console is it's still $500, so that is that price point in there. And again, the main reason I did it was because I got a super good deal on it. I essentially got this Xbox One X for $20 with the trade-ins of my other stuff, which is just a flat-out steal in my book. Now I want to run some blackout gameplay by you guys, and again, a little quick disclaimer here. This first footage you're seeing from the original Xbox is beta footage. It's not full game footage, which I guess isn't the perfect model of a test because there were some upgrades slightly to graphics and slightly to frames and stuff like that between the beta and the full launch of the game, but it wasn't anything mind-blowing. So when you guys see this footage here on screen, just know it is beta footage. This was not full game footage. So even if you have a first model console, you are going to see differences between like beta footage and what you would see probably now from full game footage. But again, when we switch to some Xbox One X gameplay, which I'll do do right now. It's just crazy how much clearer things are, and even things that just come down to a small little detail. Maybe things you wouldn't even notice if you're just playing on one of those first generation consoles, but when you switch, you notice it right away. You just notice the little things and how much clearer they are, how much brighter things are in certain areas, and especially in blackout, looking off in the distance, you notice that things aren't as fuzzy as long distance. They do look a little more lifelike. Well, I guess as much lifelike as it can in an arcade shooter, but you guys get the idea. So as I keep talking for these next couple minutes, I'll just keep flipping back and forth footage to let you guys see comparisons of different stuff. I'll try and put on some camos and some characters to compare. Again, this is no perfect test or anything. This is just my thoughts on my experience so far with the Xbox One X and how much of an upgrade I think it is above what I've used before. There's going to be way better side-by-side tests and all kinds of different models and stuff, but these are just my thoughts, my opinions, and some little stuff that I can show you guys at least the best I can. And of course on top of that with YouTube, because it doesn't perfectly project the difference in quality for everything. So to cover the last couple things here, you guys are probably wondering, should I upgrade? Is it worth it? And again, there's no perfect answer. It just kind of comes down to, it depends on your situation. If you're able to, you have enough money sitting around and you've been looking to upgrade for a while and you just don't really know how much of a difference it makes, let me tell you, no matter what screen you're playing on, as long as it's not a 720p screen, I can't imagine it'd be that much of a difference. But even if you're only on a 1080p screen still like I am, it still makes a massive difference. The game looks so much better on the Xbox One X. Like I said, it feels like a next-gen game. I feel like I'm playing Black Ops 4 Remastered now after what I just played on the first model Xbox One. And again, this is just Black Ops 4. If you guys are like me and you play some other games as well, I've gotten into playing a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2 also, and that game looks beautiful on this console. I didn't get to play what it looked like before on the first model console, but I've seen some comparisons as well on YouTube, and man, the difference is staggering. I checked it on a few other games as well, including Fortnight. I had to see what the difference was on that, or if there was any difference. It was listed as an Xbox One X enhanced game, so I thought I would take a look at it and see what the difference was. And the colors already in Fortnite are something that draws in a lot of people. The upgrade that the Xbox One X does to the colors on Fortnite, oh my goodness. Again, it feels like a different game. It feels like Fortnite Remastered. That's the best way I can describe what the Xbox One X does to these games, especially if they're labeled as Xbox One X Enhanced. You will notice a massive difference. If they're a little bit older games, or if you play some backwards compatibility games, you may not notice that much of a difference. But best believe, with a lot of the recent games, especially if they say Xbox One X Enhanced on them, you're going to notice a dramatic difference in the quality, the graphics, the colors, all of that stuff. And in a lot of ways, like I said, the performance. I can't even begin to emphasize how much better the games that I've been playing have performed on this console. So not only do they look better, they play better. The multiplayer felt so much smoother coming off of beta into full launch just playing on the first model Xbox One. It felt even more so that exact same way when I moved up to Xbox One X. There's far fewer frame drops. Of course, there's still things like lag and connection issues because it's an online multiplayer shooter, but their game performs so well, and especially, again, on Blackout, like we talked about, a game that requires a lot more on your console to be able to perform. Xbox One X handles that very, very well. This, to me, is by far the best console out there. Now, I haven't played on PS4 Pro, but just looking at the statistical difference between these two and how they run, and especially with Xbox One X having native 4K, I can pretty confidently say that the best bang for your buck, again, it depends on games you play, where your friends are at, and whatever, but if you're just purely looking for the best console out there, I'm pretty confident this is it. I'm very happy with my purchase. I would not flip it back the other way and just say, it's not that much of a difference, it really wasn't worth it. Oh my goodness, it's been one of the best upgrades I've made as of recently. It's really changed my experience with gaming. It just makes so many games, even games that were already good to look at, it makes them even better. And it's mind-blowing, the difference and the graphical upgrade that this thing really makes. Like I said, this isn't a generation upgrade. This isn't like 360 to Xbox One, but it feels like it. It's that much of an upgrade. But anyway, that's where we're going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. So let me know your thoughts down below between some of the stuff you saw in this video, the comparisons. If you have an Xbox One X, let me know your thoughts on it down below. Do you agree with a lot of the things I said? Do you agree that the upgrade that this thing makes is massive? And also let me know your thoughts down below if you're still on one of those older model consoles, if you're on the original Xbox One, if you're on the original PS4, because even though this is more of an Xbox-centered video in terms of the consoles, I would imagine it would be a pretty similar experience on the other side with PS4 as well. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, if you did, make sure to smack the Schmidt like button down below if you're new to the channel, looking forward to reviewing content. You guys know where to place the subscribe button down below as well. If you get inside to get those videos, go live. Hopefully you guys all have a good one. I will see you guys on another video. So long, everybody.